Good morning, Mets fans, and happy hump day. It is Wednesday, and being a day that ends in Y, the Mets lost another player to injury last night, and why wouldn't it be another starting pitcher? Yes, Robert Gsellman is the latest casualty of the 2017 season's inability to stop messing with the Mets. So last night's game was tough to watch for a couple of reasons. For me, I just do not like the Marlins. I've always hated them. I think a lot of that goes back to there's a couple of things. I mean, the fact that they've won as many world championships in their significantly shorter history than the Mets have, that's annoying. But the fact that they were directly involved and responsible in preventing the Mets from making the playoffs in 2007 and 2008, back-to-back years, where they were the team against which the Mets played and lost in the last game of the season and costing us the season, whatever. I don't want to rehash all of that. I'm in a bad enough mood as it is. So, it was the Marlins. Tough to watch. I do have to add that I do have Justin Bour on my fantasy team, and knowing that he absolutely kills the Mets, I started him last night, and I gotta be honest, I don't feel that bad about it. I feel like I should feel bad about it. I feel like the old version of me, the less wise version of me, would have benched him just out of spite, but I needed the 2 RBIs. So now that that's out of the way, the game was brutal. Another injury. I read someone tweeted 6 out of the 7 starting pitchers that the Mets have kicked off the season with, the Fab 7, if you will. 6 out of the 7 of them have been on the disabled list at some point this season. Ron Darling has always been a fantastic commentator, I should say, a great announcer, a great color guy, and last night was one of his best performances because in a 12-second soundbite, he summed up the frustrations that I can only imagine he must be feeling as someone who played this game for as long as he did, and did so without major injury for the bulk of his career. How in the hell is it that with the advancements in medicine and the advancements in technology and the advancements in training regimens and in the advancements of everything else, how is it that guys are less healthy today than they were in the 80s and beyond? Now, of course, you can argue they didn't know better back then. They didn't take as good care of themselves back then, whatever. They also didn't get hurt every 3 days. And watching this Mets team consistently go down with injury after injury after injury, I am sorry, but Ron Darling is right. These training staffs need to be replaced. Now, Ron didn't come out and say that, but he said everything other than that. He basically said, sit these new age guys down in a room with trainers that were around back in the days when I played the game and when my peers played the game, and let's figure out what they're doing wrong today, because this was not the epidemic way back when that it is now. And he wasn't singling out the Mets, and that was smart. And he's not wrong to not single out the Mets, because it's not just the Mets that are dealing with injuries. A lot of teams have this happen to them all the time, and it's just absurd. As for the game, two quick points to jump on. Curtis Granderson continues to be the Curtis Granderson that we've come to expect him to be. His numbers are looking very much like a typical Curtis Granderson season. He's in the 230s now. He's improved his batting average 40 points during this hot stretch. He's hitting home runs. He hit yet another leadoff home run tonight. Not on the first pitch of the game, but the second. So, good job to Curtis, and also to Travis d'Arnaud. I love Travis. I want him to be everything that we expected him to be. I'm reluctantly giving up on him because I don't think he's ever going to be the stud catcher and the stud hitter that we were sold on him being. But I do hope that he's able to figure something out and stay on the field, because when he is on the field, he is productive. And last night, he was responsible for 2 out of the 3 Met runs. He drove them in, including a clutch home run. Tonight the Mets play at 7:10. I don't even know who's pitching for the Mets. That's how kind of detached I am right now. But I don't feel like watching the game. I don't feel like watching the Marlins. I don't feel like watching a talented, young, athletic team play the game the right way. I don't want to touch on the fact that the Mets defense is nauseating. The game last night was lost because of the Mets defense. And when I watched the Marlins play the field and skip around and quickly move around and get to balls that they otherwise shouldn't get to, because of their youth, because of their athleticism, because of their speed, it makes me kind of wish that the Mets had that, and it makes it hard to watch a team like the Marlins, because to me they have some promise. And while the Mets did at one point in time very recently have the same level of promise, I don't know that I feel the same way anymore. So that's going to do it for today. Although I say I won't watch tonight, I will. So I will be back more than likely tomorrow. I may once again be taking Thursday and Friday off this week. But if I'm not back tomorrow, I'll try to do a video on Friday. So and recap the Marlins series. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you're not already doing so, please follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And as always, let's go Mets.